All right. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, CTM fam. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome to the best technical analysis on YouTube. That's a pretty big boast, but we're going to go over this stuff. So yesterday we had the little live event on Bitcoin, getting a nice big bullish pop up out of those lows that we put in down here, getting close to the yearly open. The thing is when you do get so extended to the downside like this, you can absolutely get massive pops like that. It doesn't have to be from the news event itself. It could simply be the sellers are exhausted as professional prop firms and stuff like that. They're not looking to short lows, right? They need bullish pops off of the lows so that way they can then begin to put on a position to the downside if they're going to short. This may be a good spot to put in some risk if you're looking to go long. Excuse me. As long as you're not looking to go long 100x from here. All right. So when I'm saying go long, put on some risk, that's pretty much with just spot. That's how I treat Bitcoin. I don't understand what this is doing here. So we're going to keep going with it. Yeah. So basically big, strong bullish day coming off those lows. You did take out daily resistance, which would have been that bullish candle right there, simply because it was your last bullish candle before price action traded away from it. So the closing price of that bullish candle would then be resistance. And you can see, if I just drag that up there, with that break and close above, you've already came in for a retest, which I don't technically like these shallow inside day retests because it's such a small retest. I much rather like it when it goes down, tests about the midpoint range. But when you have these kind of candles, that can be indicative of strength if you're looking for bullishness. And if you see these kind of candles occur on downside setups, that could be weakness continuing as people are putting on positions that close to the top of this breakout. All right. So we will be watching this. If you go to a smaller time frame and look at it, you can see that it is starting to form a bit of support right at that daily level, right? There was a beautiful test of it right there. And then price is trading away. So it looks like Bitcoin wants to continue to the upside for now, at least with a little bit of bullish continuation. So how far up am I expecting this thing to go before maybe you can start to see some resistance? Well, there are plenty of areas to look for resistance, but since price has been so choppy and inside of this very tight range, it makes it difficult. So a good thing that you can do to look at it is put on an indicator. It's called an RSI. Put up the RSI, you pull it up, you can see that you are close to testing the 50 spot on it. All right, that's just the midway point. I say anything above 50 means that it's bullish. Anything below 50 means that it's bearish. So you don't necessarily want to look for bullish entries as long as the momentum is still on the bearish side of things. So until you get above that 50 on a daily closing basis, then you're still under the bearish control. So basically, let me put it this way. You don't want to look at this thing on anything less than a daily. I don't care if the 1 hour RSI is at 70. Don't care. And I do not and would not suggest anyone take any positions off of RSI alone anyways. However, it needs to go higher. So a little bit higher and you can look for shorts to start coming back in there. I think that would probably, to get us up to the 50 test, would put you right around that $33,515 mark. So that is also an area of supply. Here in CTM on Trade Talk, we refer to those levels as Heath levels. All right. So if you get up there, you want to make sure you get a daily closure above it before you start looking to put on any risk. Come back in on a retest, forming a higher low support, and then boom shakalaka to the upside we may be going. But that's going to have to happen first. So anything up into that can be a possible sell side event. All right, so don't get too bullish just yet, because look at this stuff over here. All right, you can see how you had bullishness coming off the lows over here under the RSI, and what happens? Boom, selling commences. Then you get a higher push break above resistance. This is called a bull trap. Look where that puts you. Exactly on the 50 spot. Bots and algorithms are programmed to fire off sell orders when these things happen. It's a very easily programmed set of rules. When the RSI is below 50 and comes into the 50 on a daily, I want to sell, and vice versa on the bullish side. If we're above 50, we come back into a 50, I want to buy. You can program that simple, right? So that's why you see this stuff happening. Technical analysis can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It absolutely can. But, I mean, these things are commonly known inside of the trading community. So just basically the level that we're watching on Bitcoin is this 33,515.35 level. 33515 spot 35. That level right there. Bitcoin needs to get a daily close above that. Then Bitcoin needs to find some support that makes a higher low. Once that happens, then we will be looking for bullish entries on the corn. But this has to happen, right? As long as we're below there, just leave it alone. Leave it alone, because you can get a push up into this area and then you can reject and come back down to look for that yearly low test. You already did get our yearly open, apologies. You did get a yearly open test already earlier on in the year. Well, it was in June, so it was just a month ago. Exactly a month ago to this day. Today's July the 22nd. This happened on June the 22nd. So there you go. Exactly 1 month later, you're testing the same area, and then you're getting a bullish reaction. So the yearly open, the reason you're getting a bullish reaction on that specific price is because it is the yearly open. It's as simple as that. When the year 2021 happened, this is where Bitcoin was. And then it traded up really, really high and came back into the yearly opening range, which gives other investors an opportunity who didn't get in to get in. So you will see bounces off of yearly opens and yearly lows. Losing yearly opens and losing or yearly lows is not really ever a good sign. Also keep that in mind. Your yearly low is all the way down there at 27,678. I'm not saying Bitcoin is ever going to go down there. I'm just saying that's where it is. All right. So let's see if Bitcoin can get above this $33,000 area. As long as we're closing daily candles above that, we're going to be looking for bullish entries on some of these things. All right. So if you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. On these Tuesday and Thursday morning technical analysis videos, I usually go over Forex or any setups that I'm looking at across the board, Forex and or cryptos. So basically the only thing that I see today is going to be pound CAD. Hang on 1 second here. I forgot to do something. Give me 1 moment. I'm not very, when I wake up, I just get straight to it. So I'm not very organized. Apologies. So let's go over here, the pound CAD, and see what we're going to be looking at. So as you can see, pound CAD's got a momentous push lower into an old area of resistance. You can see that it has put in a low. It traded sideways for a very long time, months. Then you got this breach of support right here, this candle. So that candle is important. Why is it important? Because it breached support that was being held for a long time. So this would have been support until you got this candle's close below. So that candle then becomes support. Check, check, check. And then on this push lower, you got to close below. So now that becomes new support, and people are looking for short side setups, as this would be a breach to the downside. However, this was a bear trap, and it is proven because of what happened the days after. You essentially traded out of that area with haste, took out the top side of the range's resistance, and then boom, there you go. So this is coming in from CAD strength. This is because CAD has been extremely weak with oil for the past couple weeks and trading down. So you may be seeing a dead cat bounce on Canadian dollar. Unless oil catches a bid again, then you will probably see Canadian dollar catch a bid again. But right now, pound CAD is into support. Now, I generally don't like looking for longs when you come into support this quickly, because this is an inside day so far. This can absolutely mean that people are looking to get short this for continuation to the downside. However, you are still above the 50 on the RSI. So what you're going to look for is you're going to look and see if intraday support levels hold. Intraday support levels on the hourly is my favorite. So right now you can see that this line, the bottom line, that's your daily support, okay? This is hourly support. This bearish candle, it's also known as the Heath level itself. So what we will be watching today is we will be watching to see if an hourly candle closes below 1.72411. If it's up, and I have no reason why, or no, yeah, it's just showing me that it's having problems. So it keeps restarting itself. It's strange. I've never had this problem before. I don't see anybody saying echo in the chat. So, all right, here we go. So, yes, we're going to be looking for longs on this because simply you are trying, yes, you are into an area that looks like a support or short, and you did have very bearish momentum. So this isn't an exact perfect setup. This is just something I'm watching. I go through all the pairs every morning and I find the 3 or 4 best setups that I like on the day. This one is one of them. If you are looking for bullish entries, you do not want to see a close down below this bearish candle. All right, you can use the open, but it may go down to the close just to freak people out. Anybody that just simply put buy orders based on this candle alone or based on this candle's wick. So price can trade down into support. The actual support level will be the close of the hour candle. The open is essentially just the level where we want to see price bounce from. So this is what we're looking for on pound CAD. As long as your closing hourlies above 1.72411, we will be looking for long setups, and we will be targeting high of day right there, that wick high. So that will be your target. Another setup that I've seen is on pound New Zealand, and it's to the opposite side. I understand that's a little bit strange. How can that happen? Well, it's simple as this. Pound is experiencing a sort of a bounce this morning. Where is it? There it is. It's experiencing a sort of a bounce this morning, so you might see some pound strength. But if you get New Zealand strength, and if New Zealand is stronger than pound, then pound New Zealand will go down. So you can still simply take short side setups. You do have strong daily support under you. All right, 1.96686. That's this bearish candle right there. That is your support. Let me 1 second. Yeah, all right, never mind. This is your support right down here. So you can see this is a bullish day. Pull up the RSI, you're under the 50 spot, and you're coming back in for a check of it. So this may end up being a phenomenal short side setup. One, in fact, that can get you into a trending move to the downside. So today is pivotal on pound New Zealand. If you do end up getting bullish reaction out of here and you make a bullish close on the day, then watch it tomorrow, because today could just simply be a fake out move to the upside on the daily. This is an easy way to do it right here. This is hourly resistance. So this is the area of which you would be looking for a possible short entry. You can see that you have already checked that once as the Heath level, as a supply zone. And you can see that you have indeed gotten a bearish reaction off of that. It is 5:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there will be another hour or two of this thing possibly chopping around inside of this area, basically to get to give it time for the New York session to open, for that increase of volume to come in on the day. So we will be watching this hourly close above 1.97370, and this play is done. You are scrapping the trade. An hourly close above that line says that it's doing something other than what we want to see. What we want to see is another push up into that area, so that way I can get short and I can put my stop above this candle's wick high. That's what I'm looking for. So, but if it pushes up, like I said, and I get that hourly close inside of this bullish candle's range, I will not be taking the trade. All right. I do not have to take a trade today. I have taken 2 very, very profitable and successful trades this week. So in the last 3 weeks, I'm like 9 out of 10. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying this strategy is very effective. And in my opinion, the best one being taught for free on the YouTubes. Let me go over here and we'll talk about those 2 trades real quick. First one's going to be USD CAD. Now, this trade I did take against the trend and against everything, right? This was a counter trend trade, and I knew it when I took it, that it was a counter trend trade. This thing was deeply oversold, overbought, but I don't care about that. That's not the reason that I took the entry. The reason that I took the entry, and I spoke about this Tuesday morning as that was the day and the time to take the trade, is that it was having trouble getting above hourly resistance right here. And if this thing was going to remain bullish, you would want to see a support found and then bullishness out of the area. However, you got a push up, but it wasn't extremely bullish. Also, it was on a nice little run, so a pullback is probably imminent in my opinion. However, I don't like to trade these setups, but I did. All right, I did because I called it in the live stream that it was a possible setup and that you could take it because someone was wanting to take it. So basically, I was watching that candle right there, and as long as I did not get a close above it, I was good. Now, this was also at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is a little bit late for me. I don't generally like to take trades at 9 o'clock or later. I want to be inside of a position from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., 7 to 10. That's pushing it, in my opinion. But here we are. I took the short because of this right here. If you go on a smaller time frame chart, you can see that you got a push up and then an instant reversal. Like in the next 5 minutes, we're so bearish that you got all the way down to here. Here's a bearish push. Here's a retest. This is bearish continuation on the 5 minute. So I had a short put in right there, put my stop just above that wick high, and on the test of the daily low, which was this push lower, I exited my position, 2/3 of the position. When I take these trades, I'm taking them on extremely high leverage, but I'm still only risking 1% of my account. All right? So you can do that simply on TradingView. It does all the math for you. All you need to do is get where you want your entry, where you want your stop, and then type in that you only want to risk 1%, and it calculates the position size for you. On that push down, I take off 2/3 of the position. I move my stop to break even. The trade is successful. I can now forget about it and go on about my day. However, we got bearish continuation. So this original position that I took, the trade, I'm already getting paid more in just 2 days later from the continuation to the downside. This is why I like of the position size on for a runner to catch any of this. This is where you will make your most money also. It will not be on the 1% or 2% trades that you're taking. It will be on the ones that you get in on a trend change and it stays going in that direction for multiple months. Those will be the trades in which you will make the most money. So USD CAD is situated now. I did also have a short running on Aussie Yen, but I took the position off Tuesday or yesterday. Sorry. As I figured it was probably going to get a bounce. And if I wanted to short it again, I'll find a spot to get in it again. All right. The other trade that I took was on Euro Aussie. Right here. Now, the USD CAD trade was taken on Tuesday of the live stream. This trade was taken yesterday. All right. So a lot of people wanted to get long on it because, yeah, it has been bullish. Even on the daily, it has been extremely bullish. Well, not extremely bullish, but it's trading out of an area. And even on the RSI, you were way above the 50 spot. But like all things, this thing was going to pull over. I didn't basically want to take the trade because of its bullish structure. What I was mainly focusing on is these lower highs. I mean, these higher lows, or excuse me, higher highs. They were insignificant. So if you remember what Bitcoin did on a daily, this thing is basically doing on an hourly. It was having trouble at this area to get a bullish breakout. So it looked to me like it was out for a minute. Also, another thing, in this section of price, this was your support level right there, that hourly bearish candle. You got to close below it right here, just before the rip. This rip was nothing more than a short or a stop, a run on stops, basically to take people out of the position. All right. And then we pushed down, taking out this hourly support level right here, right there. So anybody that was looking to get bullish here yesterday in the CTM, I was explaining to people, look, you don't necessarily want to get long because you are getting long in the face of price telling you you got a close below support. That's weak. That's not strength. If this was going to hold a support, you would see prices trading away from this level, heading higher. But that's not what you got. You got a break down below and then a check. That check right there was a test of the support, seeing if it wanted to hold as resistance. Guess what? It did. Next candle, check. Guess what? It held. Not only did this candle hold this area as support or under support, treated it as new resistance, you also got a lower close. Boom, below that. So naturally on this push up, Heath is getting short. Absolutely. This is telling me everything I need to see. Target, low of day. Put my stop in above this bullish candle right there. Boom, instantly in my direction. Just as if though I'm the one that made price go lower. It's not me that's doing it. It's everybody else like me. So here we go. There is your push lower into daily low. Big weak close taking you all the way down to there. Nice little setup last night. I was very tired last night. I fell asleep at like 9 o'clock. So I couldn't get people watching this level here. But also it was the Asian session. And I don't like taking entries during the Asian session. However, this is just a little tidbit of information that you can keep and hang on to. Your trap candles. The candle itself that makes the trap is a good candle to watch once you get a close below it as a retest area. This is a trap. So when price traded down, took out support here, got everybody short, boom, straight up, stopping everybody out. This is your trap candle. So when we traded back down through it, right here, you can see you checked it once there, checked it again last night at around 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's your short entry. All right. And you can see it. Boom, right there. Here we are today. So yes, this trade is working out fantastically as well. However, I am going to take both of those positions off probably today because they are both in uptrends. All right. And I don't think it's going to continue. It may, but I like to keep those positions running on trades that I'm on the right side of the trend. On both of these trades, I am on the wrong side of the trend. So chances are both of these trades are going to run up and stop me out. So basically what you can do in a position like that is take off like another half of the position that's running or 2/3 of that and just bank more of that profit, move your stop down to another lower level, and then just let that small little piece run if you want. Chances are you're going to get stopped out. You're just coming in for a retest on this thing. All right? This is not bearish at all. Yes, I took a short and I made money, but this actual structure is bullish. So this thing is probably going to be coming back up pretty soon. You can see here that you're not even really bearish momentum. Not much bearish momentum even. It's just a standard pullback into daily support. It's going to be right there or close to it. That's the level that we will be watching to see if it wants to hold a support. If that level fails, we will be looking down here, 1.58630, and this is where we will be looking for bullish entries to continue this bullish trend that this asset has so far formed. It's not bullish in the long term. I understand. I'm not talking about long term. I'm talking about this. All right. This little indicator is very important to me on the daily. If I'm above 50, I'm looking for longs naturally. Below 50, I'm looking for shorts. And the best setups will come close to that area. All right. So that's pretty much it. We're looking for Bitcoin to get above that $33,000 level. We are watching pound CAD and pound NZD. Oh, one more. USD JPY. USD JPY is probably getting ready to set up for a long. Where's it at? Where are we at? Man, I'm not seeing it. There it is. All right. Here is your daily. It doesn't look great. It's bullish, right? There's your break, close above. Boom. Big, sharp retest. Here was resistance. Nice, big, strong close above it. You're back above this. So this isn't a setup that I'm looking for today because this can get sold into. Just because you're just barely above that doesn't mean anything. You also have a ETH level right here. All right, so this is just on the watch list. It's not a trade today. All right, guys, not a trade today. This can be the Heath level that keeps this thing under. This can be a continuation short side set because you're so close to that 50 spot on the RSI. It can be anybody's game. But these are generally my favorite places to look for entries because if you get in it on the right side of the trade, you can essentially be in that thing for months. Months if you're on the right side of it when it takes off. So you can see today is just a basic retest day to see if it wants to continue with this bullish momentum. It is red on the day. As of right now, you are red on the day. It's important, right? It's important. So not today, but just keep it on watch. Maybe next week we'll have a little bit more data on this thing. We'll be able to take positions on it. Even if it's a short. If it turns out to be a short, we will be ready to go on it. All right. Let me read some of these questions from chat. Thank you guys for being here very much. If you're new, please like and subscribe and all that jazz. Good morning, good morning. Top of the morning, everybody. Let me turn this volume down in my headphones. Remember, USD, US CAD short took profit at made 14-1. Nice job, Danny. Nice job, my friend. What's up, Jay Bradley? What's up, everybody? Good morning, everybody. There's just too many good mornings. Morning. Oh, yeah. The reason I took the short was the daily close, 29 January. USD CAD rejected that level and then put in the short at the level. Yeah, that's generally how price works, my friend. It's generally how price works. New traders are constantly focusing on stuff that makes no sense, that they don't need to focus on, right? They're focusing on all the wrong things. The only thing you need to focus on are the daily ranges each day. Where was yesterday's open, low, high, and close? And watch those levels. Can you do SNX USDT on KuCoin? SNX USDT on KuCoin. Yeah, nice bullish push yesterday off the lows. You can see that was a possible level of support before the news event ever even happened. We were watching this, right? Price pushed in, pushed a little bit lower, boom, bullish explosion. See, guys, it's not just about the news. It's about the technicals. People take trades based on technicals. With the news, it helped. There's your bullish push. Now you will be watching this bearish candle to see if the the opening price of that bearish candle, see if that level holds as support. If it does, you can look for shorts or longs. However, this is the thing, you're in a downtrend, right? This was a nice push up that was rejected, but if this thing holds here and you go on up to make a higher high, this will be higher low support and you will have a trend change on the S and X USD. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, as it's got to go all the way up here in order to make that a fact. A lot of these things came off very, very hard. So they were cheap. right? 50%, 60, 70% off an asset. That's a lot. So people will look to buy these things. This one just happened to come off 80%. That's why you got such a big dead cat bounce. It was off 80%. So now the thing is what are we going to do? Are we going to continue? You're still under the 50 on the RSI. That means bears are still in control of this asset. And you can just see that, all right? Just because you had this bullish push doesn't mean anything, as bullish pops usually get sold into. Here is a Heath level right above you, but it's a doji. I don't like taking supply zones and demand zones from dojis. However, it is what it is, right? So that's going to be your resistance. You can see that the wick has already thrown itself up there and is treating it as such. So you have to get above this stuff right here. Then you can look for support check and look for long entries. As long as you're still below this candle, this could be a short, right? Doesn't matter that you got a bullish engulfing there. It does not matter. It does help that you have a bullish outside day reversal candle, but those can get sold into as well, all right? And you are seeing bullish continuation off of it today, meaning you have a higher high. So it does look like it's trying to break, and it probably will, but just wait on that. Wait on that daily close above that level right there, 8.88. Then you can look for a pullback. Then you can look to get long. And I'd only be targeting $11.06, this level here. That would be the highest that I would be looking for profits. I'm an intraday trader, so I would be taking profits at that daily high. But if you're not a scalper, but a swing trader, you can look for a test of $11. That is if you get a daily closure above 888. Thanks, Sam. I guess Sam was helping Danny. Heath, can you take a look at CAD yen? Absolutely. Absolutely. This was a masterful trade yesterday. We were watching CAD yen yesterday for bullish entries right here. However, it did what I did not want to see. That was a bear trap. See that? We were watching this yesterday. Everybody in the chat, I was saying keep an eye on 86,717. As long as you're closing hourly candles above that level, this is a long setup. Long setup. And damn, it was. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Long setup. There we are. So the trade is done and over. Yesterday was the trade. Today is continuation. You're not looking for new entries. You have just found new support on the day. All right. There is, there is support. That is going to be support until it isn't. You have found it, so you have pushed up. You are checking resistance right now. The momentum is clearly bullish. However, that was a very extended move yesterday. When you have a big, strong move on the day, generally you will have, the next day will be an inside day. It'll just be a choppy day, inside day. So that's what you're probably going to see on CAD yen today, an inside day. Is it possible to get bullish continuation? Yeah, but I wouldn't be looking for it. Not so much. Yesterday was the trade. This was your setup right there. This is not. I don't see anything here. You're trading underneath resistance. You did get an hourly close above the Heath level. The Heath level would have been 87,754. The supply level. There is your hourly push, hourly close above. Yes, we're bullish. It does look like it's bullish. So getting a close above an area that should have held as resistance is normal in bullish conditions. So yeah, but your support is all the way down to here. So even if you did want to get a setup on this, up here is not the time to take it. And no, you're definitely not looking to short it neither. All right, the daily is bearish. All right, it is bearish, but this is a strong momentous move out of the area. You're not quite up there yet, so we want it to get a little bit higher before we're looking for shorts. Right here would be the time to look for shorts. 88. Here, let's get rid of all this stuff. Right here would be the time to look for shorts. 88,486. So that's probably going to be the bullish target. Will that target be hit today? I don't know. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. All right. So I can't give you a setup because you're so far away from where you need an entry. So this is a no-fly zone today for me and should be for everybody else. There's going to be hourly resistance. I'm sure you can find 4-hour resistance right there. You're at a 4-hour supply zone right now. So it's one of those things that this was the entry, right? Now it's nothing. Profit was taken at 1, 2, 3, 5. Yep. Hey, it's all good, my friend. Good morning, the Agile Leader. Sam, 240 points. I don't know what you mean when you ask that question. Oh, I think you're talking to Danny. Yes, 20-point stop. Tom, the rest of you, I'm sorry, I'm reading. Just give me a moment. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Good morning, my friends. Good morning, Nick. Beginner question, Jeremy. Heath, you take profits off 2/3 and continue to move your stop as the remainder runs. Is it at your first place target where you take profits, or do you use other factors? It's usually the high or low of day, Jeremy, just depending on what my target is. If I'm targeting the low of day and I'm looking for shorts, then I will take that original full-size position. I will cut it down by 2/3 of the position at the low of day, or just before the low of day. And it's just the rules-based setup the rules that I've learned over time works the best for me, right? Because sometimes you don't always get a new low. Even though the low of the day is the target, sometimes you don't get a new low of the day. Sometimes you get down near the low of day and then price reverses. And the same goes for bullish setups. If I'm looking, my first original target would be the high of day, or just below the high of day. Like whatever the spread is, 1.5 pips on CAD yen, for instance, I would have my take profit about 1.5 pips from the high of day. I would actually look for a 5-minute candle that shows me another supply zone, and I would put my take profit just below that. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but I'm looking basically to take profits ahead of the high of day if I'm long, and ahead of the low of day if I'm short. I take 2/3 of the position off because that's the trade. I'm only looking for that day trade. So that's why I take the profits off. I pay myself for that trade, for that hard work. Then I move my stop to break even, and if I get continuation, awesome. I get paid again. And there's nothing wrong with that. Thoughts on Euro Aussie long for swing trade playing the recent breakout? Yeah, I'm looking for longs on it as well. We just got to give it a chance to find support. It needs to find support. This is coming off really hard again today. So this is an area that I would have been watching for a support. You can see that you're already under that. Already under it. So let's go to the daily. Like, these are the levels that I'll be watching for mostly. This one here, and then these down here. Coming into that. Nice. Not super momentous. It looks bad on the 4-hour, but it doesn't look bad on the daily. This is a bearish engulfing, aka outside range day, where you take out the high and the low and close below the low. There's your continuation. Boom. Straight down. So once this gets down into this area, I'll be taking that trade off the table, because you will start to see long stepping back up. We'll be seeing long stepping back up. I've done some big macro trades in the past, but need to learn technicals to be really successful. Well, stick around, Sam, you're in the right spot. Good morning, my baby. Jeremy, I think you just answered my question. All right, perfect. How do you change the amount of leverage from, say, 10 to 1 to 50 to 1? That would be inside your brokerage page. Like if you have like Oanda, for instance, you will go to your account. There should be an option there for you to change your leverage. If you're in America, you can only go up to 50 to 1. And that 50 to 1 doesn't apply to all pairs. Like on your pound pairs, you will not get 51 in America on pound pairs. You get like 20 to 1 at best. But there should be some information inside your brokerage, inside of your account, like the account icon or whatever. Click that and go read some stuff. It'll tell you everything you need to know, how the leverage works, how to change it, all that stuff. You just got to do a little bit of investigation. Have a great day to you too as well, Alice. Thank you for being here. This paid subscription level gold on the Euro Aussie. I'm not sure what that means. To increase leverage. Oh, yep. Yes, that's one way. If your leverage is set at 50, if your leverage is set at the default at 50, yeah, just by increasing your position size will increase the amount of leverage you have. The margin. But that's also very dangerous as long as you got to make sure you have your stop situated. Before I ever enter a trade, guys, I have a stop and a target already outlined, right? I don't just buy or sell an asset and then look for a stop loss and then look for a target. That's not how I do it. I have a target and a stop loss already situated. In fact, I never enter a trade without a stop loss going in with me, because I made a mistake on doing that once, just getting in the trade at the wrong time, like 2 seconds before a non-farm payrolls one day, and I got absolutely slaughtered because the candle just blew up in 1 second. Literally went like 80 pips, and I was max leverage. So needless to say, it cut my account down by like 75% on one stupid move. Always go into the trade with a stop loss with you. You are welcome, K4 Liberty. Thank you for being here, as it is your time that's so valuable. So thank you guys for giving me some of your time. BTC 50-week MA acting as perfect resistance. So far it is. Yeah, you're in a downtrend, so it is up to the bulls to prove it. They do have a lot of resistance to get above. It ain't just the 50. They got the 100, the 200. They got a lot of stuff above them. A lot. So it is up to the bulls to basically say, yeah, we're bullish from here. As of right now, all you have is a dead cat bounce, essentially. So instead of it being a buy the news, sell the event, it was a sell the event, buy the news. So be careful. I don't trust that stuff. Shorts are licking their chops right now. They can't short the lows. Shorts cannot take positions if Bitcoin's trading on the lows. They need it off the lows. Then they can take new positions. Could you chart KCS, please? Yeah. On USD, on KuCoin. Let's see if it's... Yeah, alright, here we go. KCS, we were looking for this level right here to possibly hold a support. It did not. You got your breakdown below it. Next day was continuation. Yesterday, the news was a trade up right into that resistance, and it closed below that, right? So you can see today you're still having trouble with that daily level. Go into the hourly. You can see how the hourly is just trading inside out and around it, through it, down, below it, above it. If you're looking for longs, you do not want to see an hourly closure, in my opinion. This one down here is going to be your main support, but if you get all the way down there, you're probably going to lose it, as this will then be a lower high on the hourly. And I know it doesn't make much sense on the hourly because it's such a small time frame, but it does matter because day traders take positions based off what the daily range looks like. This daily range is an inside candle. So where was your daily? Where did it start? This was yesterday, so it's got to be somewhere here. Here it is. In this area. So this is your daily range. So this was yesterday's support. So basically watch that level. As long as you're closing hourlies above that, you're probably safe for bullish continuation. Here's your daily. That's your daily level. Here's an hourly Heath level right up next to your daily. So this candle is a good candle to keep an eye on. And you can see that you've already closed inside of this candle's range. This doesn't look good. It looks like you're probably about to lose this. Higher close above. So, yeah. Intraday, it looks like it's probably going to go lower. I could be wrong, obviously. I am wrong, guys. I'm a trader, so I do take losing trades. But, I mean, it's near term, you're in a downtrend. I tell you what, it must have came off a lot, and it just doesn't look like it. 70%. Yeah, so, but damn. Big, strong push up. And it got sold into because why? Well, you're in a downtrend. You got to get above this high to change it, right? You traded right up to that daily Heath level right there. Can you get any better than that? Boom. No, you can't. There's your short. So, yeah, I wouldn't be looking for bullish entries just yet, man. I'd say you'll probably find resistance at $11. Right there is going to probably be the line in the sand. That's probably where you're going to find yourself having trouble getting above. If you even get above it. Technically, there's a supply zone as well. So, yeah, I mean, there's so much above you. The bears are probably going to cakewalk this right back down to that support level. Just be careful. It is a bullish engulfing, aka outside day. So, if you lose the midpoint of that daily on a daily closing basis, like today closes down next to the lows or the open, I would leave it alone. You need some bullish proof. That's one day is not bullish proof. How many times do you take profits on a position before you just let it run? Generally, I'll do it on the first time and then I'll let it run if I'm on the right side of the trend. If I'm in like today, both the positions that I have open are counter trend positions. So I will exit both of those when I get a decent sized push. Like probably down into the next area of support, I'll probably be closing it out. Or at least take off half of it and then just forget about it. Right? I haven't made up my mind yet. It just varies. That's going to be an individual preference as well. It's not something that you should do or shouldn't. It's going to be up to you. A lot of people don't like taking 2/3 off. They try to make as much money as possible on each trade, and that's because they're in the wrong mindset. It's about small, consistent gains. That's what's going to make you successful over time. Small, consistent wins. Looks like the pound NZD trade is scrapped. Let's go look. Yep. Now, if this candle comes down and closes down here, this is exactly what happened to me yesterday on USD CAD. We got this. So, yeah. It's safe to scrap it though. Trust me. Pound is bullish today, guys. So it's probably best to watch the pound CAD trade instead. I don't like these two assets either because they have a very, very high spread. Very high spread. I'm on Oanda and this is 2.7 pips. On FX.com, it's 7 pips wide, the spread on this asset. But it's just the only setups I've seen today, so sorry. Big up yourself, Heath. You are a legend. Thank you, Michael Caffrey. Thank you so much, my friend. Ouch on the non-farm payrolls day. Thank you for the lesson. Yeah, it sucked, bro. I cried. I cried. Euro USD, please. Absolutely. Euro USD. Having trouble getting over this. What is that? Oh, man. Nothing but that daily opening price of that bearish candle. I don't know why I have that marked, to be honest with you, but that's support. That's going to be an hourly level or an inside the daily range level. So, in the near term trend is down, right? So you're looking for shorts on this asset. Uh-oh, I broke it. But it's extended to the downside, which is why I'm not looking for shorts on it. I'm not going to look for shorts on it until we get up to probably around this area, 118 something. So like, if you are short biased, you can't short it down here. Yeah, I mean, you probably could for a small 30 pip range, but I want to take the trades that can possibly get me into a trend. So I look higher. Right there will be the first spot to watch. That's your first daily supply zone. One spot, 18461. Once you get up here, then you can start looking for short side setups. Once you start to show that this area is indeed going to be resistance, a daily push right up through that, which you're probably going to get soon, is going to be a no-go. Then you're going to have to wait for a higher price to look for shorts. One spot, 19.3304, all the way up there, right? So like right now, in my opinion, it's nothing. You see how this thing is throwing wicks below? Now this is starting to look like buying pressure. I don't care about one daily candle that has a long wick on it, but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you're probably going to get one last stab down to stop all these people out, and then that bullish rip. So if you're targeting this low, that's one thing, I guess. Right? I guess you could do that. Definitely looks like it's trying to get out of this. So let's delete. Oh no, let's just pull this over here. This is your hourly support. One spot, 17884. This is what you got to get below before you can look to target this wick low down here. As long as you're trading and closing hourly candles above one spot, 17884, you're not looking for a short today. All right? Because this right here, that you got to get a break below that. And if that does happen, then you would look to enter on a push up into an area of retest. Right? See this big long wick down here? People are going to buy this because they think that's bullish just because of that wick. And it can be. It absolutely can be. But I don't let that influence me ever in a trading decision, because that could just be a target. Yeah, that's a target probably. It just looks like a short, but it could go up, man. You're at the lows. At the lows, you can get something like what happened to Bitcoin yesterday. That's what can happen to Euro. The sellers get exhausted, and then boom, a big, massive bullish candle comes ripping everybody's faces off. So just be careful. That's your line in the sand today. One spot, 17884. You got to have an hourly closure below that before you can look for long or shorts. And if you're looking for longs, you're choppy and sideways. So I don't know, man. Let's see. How big of a range would that give you? It just looks like, I don't know, nothing. So no, there is no long trade to the upside. This is only 14 pips. To the downside, you have these lows down here to target. So I don't know. I don't want it. I don't like it. I'd leave it alone if I was you. There's just not much to say on it. It looks like it's getting ready to go somewhere. And that can be dangerous. It's crazy looking price action. It's holding daily support, right? On the daily closing basis. That's daily support right there. So be careful if you're looking for shorts. Be careful. You're at the low end of the range. Gotta go, Heath. Thank you for your time. Good hunting all. Have a good day, Shane. Thank you for being here, my friend. Dollar Swissy. Yeah, let's go look at it. I'll have to type that in as I don't have that on the watch list. Let's go look at you, Mr. USD Swiss franc. Here's your daily. Old levels are gone. Big strong bounce out of this area. See, this is what I'm talking about. What you can get when you start getting into these lows, man. The sellers are exhausted. There's only one way for it to go at that point, and that's up. And then you're going to be stopping out all the rookie sellers. Boom, boom. Expansion to the upside. So now people are taking positions based on that price action. Plus you're above the RSI. Longer term, you're choppy and sideways. I mean, longer term, you're in a downtrend, but since this year, 2021, the beginning of 2021, you're choppy to up, right? Sideways to up. There's a higher low right there. So I think you're probably looking for longs as long as you're holding daily support, and this is daily support. I don't like the way this thing's trading. It's trading piano keys. This is piano keys when price trades essentially sideways. People was looking for this bearish candle right here to get long against. There's your close below it. There's a push up. There's another close below it. So I mean, it's looking like it's having trouble, and maybe you're heading lower. So you did already take out that support level. If you're looking for shorts, you would look for shorts to 0.91442. That would be target, right? Let's go look at the hourly. Hourly looks like a short. Absolutely. Hourly looks like a short to me. There's resistance right there. Can't close an hourly candle above it. This is going to be support right there. So there, that is support. Intraday range is 0.91797. That's to the upside. Downside support is going to be 0.91729. This is where you need to see a break. Boom. Hourly close below that. Then you're looking for a push up into it or into it a little bit higher. That's where you want to look to get short and head lower. If you get an hourly closure above 91797, then you're scrapping the trade. Scrapping the trade. This is crazy. Straight down, sideways, back up. Taking out this stuff. Sideways, back down. Didn't take out this stuff. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. That's definitely your bearish target right there. Thank you for showing me this. I'm going to be watching. Yeah, I'm going to be watching this for a short setup today. USD Swissy is now on the watch list for a short side entry. As long as we're closing hourlies below that. So thank you for seeing that. I checked your boy Crypto Jetto channel the other day. He's awesome as well. Appreciate you guys making content. Yeah, he's fantastic, dude. He knows a lot about cryptos, why they work, how they work, the white papers. He's a his career is as a tech guy. So he knows tech stuff, right? I'm a technical analyst. That means I analyze the charts. I don't know much about their use cases and whatnot, right? I can't tell you anything about it other than what I've looked at myself. I only focus on this because this right here is all I think anyone needs. Just joining, so 45 minutes behind. Sorry. If I haven't already, could you look at tomorrow, long, short, potential USD? Yeah, Euro USD tomorrow maybe be a little bit more clear. So yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Heath. You are welcome, Oz. Could you take a look at silver? Yes, I can. XAG, USD. Silva. What are you doing today, Silva? Silver got crushed. Looks terrible, man. This was bearish targets. You can see we got that right there. So, downside continuation? Probably. However, I don't know if I'd be looking for shorts down here, especially with this bullish outside range candle. In fact, right now is probably about the time people are going to be looking to get long, as this is testing your midpoint on that daily range expansion. So let's go into the intraday charts and see what we can find. So right here, right off the rip, that's going to be the spot at which you do not want to get an hourly close below. 2505. $25.05. You get an hourly close below that level, you're probably going down to check that support, which would be the close of that bearish candle. That's always support. This is the midpoint. This push is your daily range expansion. That is your bearish engulfing or bullish engulfing day. So there it is. There's your high. That's pretty momentous coming in for a midpoint check. What would make me very much happier is if this candle would get a big strong push and close above this candle completely. Just take this whole range out with a closure. then I would be watching this candle's open for possible long entries. So push up, check of it, make sure it's holding straight up. This would be my target, that wick high right there, and your stop would be below these wicks. This is not financial advice. And if that happens and you take it and lose the trade, that's trading. You know what I mean? That's what everybody hates to hear, but that's the reality of the situation. But I mean, in downtrends, bullish price action gets sold into. I wouldn't be looking for the long myself. That is not proof that you're going up. That is just, this is downside exhaustion is all that is. The sellers got exhausted, and then boom, there's your bullish push. So you may see a couple days of continuation. Even if you get all the way up to 25.77, all the way up here, you're still bearish, right? So, yeah. I don't know. It looks bad. Silver's not looking good. It's been chopping sideways ever since August of 2020. I don't like it. There's your range right there. You were trending very nicely off those lows, but then for some reason, whatever reason, for almost a year, next month will make this a solid year of consolidation, which will be good. You can watch the breakout, because a year of consolidation means you're probably going to have a rather large breakout. There's daily support. Wait, no, it's not. This is lower. There's daily support. There's daily resistance. There's your range. There's your range. A good solid day closure above or a good solid day closure below. A retest of that area and a push lower. Look for a big move to the downside. Measured move, right? To the upside, you're looking at 40, 45 cents to the upside if you get a breakout above it. It's just range bound. Inside of this, I would leave it alone. Could you take a look at, oh, yep. Hi, thank you. Could you please go more in depth details with your entry yesterday on the Euro, Aussie, on the hourly? Thank you. Yes. And then I will have to shut it down. Purple list. No, it's on the green list. All right. So on the hourly, this is what I was watching. I mean, I kind of did go into detail with it. Once we broke this hourly resistance or support level with this hourly close. So here's what I was looking at. First and foremost, this looked like a 3 drives topping formation happening. And this looked like a fake out to the upside to me. Because once you took out the stops, you immediately went down and you took out support. So that was the bullish target from down here. That bullish target was executed. People got short here and longs exited their positions there. And all these higher willing buyers, people sold into them. And that was made aware to me by this candle breaking down and closing below hourly support. Right? And then on this hourly retest and failure, this candle came in for a higher retest, pushed lower, even closed lower than this hourly support. So on this hourly candle right here, testing this hourly candle's open, I got short. Stop above the wick high on that hourly. That's it. That's the explanation. And so far it's been a fantastic trade. I was targeting low of day. That's low of day right there. So it was a fantastic trade. Not quite 48 pips. It was 43 pips to the downside. Boom. Daily continuation. So yeah, that's all I can do. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it any better than that, because that's all the data that I had at that time, right? So all right, guys, I have to wrap it up. Unfortunately, I got to get ready as I got to watch a few things and answer some questions. As always, I have to say thank you so much to the channel members and Patreons. Thank you so much for your respect and support. It really means the world to me. We're going to watch Pound CAD, Pound NZD. Pound NZD is probably done for. I don't know about Pound CAD yet. USD JPY, that's for another day, and possibly USD Swissy today for a short side setup. And that's basically all I'll be watching. If you have any questions, as always, drop them in the comment section below once this video is posted to YouTube, and I will answer them as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for your time. It really means everything to me, and I will see you on the next one, which will be Saturday for the Crypto Weekly Outlook. You guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.